All right. I was really hoping I didn't have to do this, but it looks like I got to. Dropshipping versus reselling. Is dropshipping reselling? Is reselling dropshipping? Let's get into it. What's up? My name is Brandon Jones, and I specialize in helping you make an extra income stream. And today we're going to be talking about reselling versus dropshipping. And it was interesting because when somebody asked me to do a video on this, I kind of thought like to myself, well, it's the same thing. But then I thought to myself, well, no, it's not. Then I thought to myself, well, this is confusing. And then I thought to myself, if I really am not mentally understanding how to tell these apart immediately, how can somebody that is just getting into this game, how can somebody that is looking for YouTube to inform them on dropshipping know what's right and what's wrong? And as I thought of that, it really dawned on me that it's time for us to dissect and for us to start to really build the healthy way of dropshipping. So this is going to be like a series, right? Like, this isn't the first video or the only video I've done when it comes to dropshipping. I've done plenty. But what I've decided is I'm going to break down dropshipping and reselling and physical versus just virtual technically in a whole series of videos for you to dropship in a healthy way and for you to be able to make money in a way that you know you control. Okay, so let's rewind, right? Like, what do I know about dropshipping? I have a warehouse where I get products and ship and touch, and I have eBay automation where I have assistants that I give to people that they can rent out and use the assistant as their own employee to start making money. I have a product box with 42 products that are physical. I help people scale eBays and Mercaris with physical products, and that's all on Hustlertaughtme.com. But what do I know about dropshipping? Like, what? So let me break this down. I was 19 years old, going on 20, and I moved from New Jersey to Philadelphia, and I was looking for a way to make money. I didn't have any real hustle but Wake Up Now, and I was trying to figure out how to turn my Wake Up Now money into more money. So, you know, like anybody else, I went on YouTube and I typed something like, you know, resell products or something, and dropshipping came up. I literally watched the video and it was a no-brainer. Like, it seemed like, okay, number one, all you do is create some place people can order, and that would be like a website. Two, you download an extension or an app that then connected your website to AliExpress. I said, okay, and AliExpress obviously has cheap products. Okay, you know, like you go and you see, you know, it's a case for $2. But, you know, if I was to order it myself, the $2 would be great, and then I gotta pay $50 shipping. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, so you mean to tell me that this app has the customer doing all of that? I don't have to touch the product at all. I don't have to worry about nothing, really, right? Okay, sounds great. So I proceeded. I paid some money to get this extension and to start this website, and I listed some products that I liked. You know, if I don't say, you know, I did like a bunch of them. You know, they were really nice. But I was fascinated with the fact that I didn't have to do a lot of work. I was fascinated with the fact that I didn't have to ship. I was fascinated with the fact that it made sense. Really, like, hey, somebody goes to my website, somebody orders something, the app triggers and says, hey, this is ordered, sends the order to the person in China, and they just fulfill it. Like, it makes sense. So I did this, and it was fairly successful. I made okay amount of money, like $500. I'm like, all right, bet. Like, this is cool. Like, I'm gonna keep going. So the next week, then I start realizing, like, I start seeing these red numbers on the bell icon on my Shopify. One day I woke up and it seen like maybe 12 of them. And I'm like, all right, what the heck is going on? And then I click it and then it's like chargeback. Customer has contacted their bank and now your funds are on hold. Then it went from that to like 2 days after that, hey, your Shopify payments are on hold. I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck is going on here? Right? Long story short, a whole bunch of customers were unsatisfied with the product. A whole bunch of customers were unsatisfied with how long it took to get the product. And you want to know what that lesson was that I learned? I didn't really know the product they were getting, so I couldn't really argue with them. You know, it was a section where I had to like put proof. Proof. And the proof would then have Shopify go ahead and argue or try to make sure I can get my money. I didn't have any proof. All right, cool. So then I went and I said, you know what? Nah, something got to be done. I contacted Shopify and then they say, okay, send us the invoice. Invoice? I didn't have an invoice. I'm like, what the freak is going on here? And guess what, guys? I lost all that money. So, you know, what happened was I ended up learning, while I love the thought of drop shipping is a facade. It's an illusion. It's easy for you to think you're doing something when you're drop shipping, but in reality, you're not doing anything. Drop shipping is something that lazy people do, in my opinion. And let me explain to you why. And I mean drop shipping in the wrong way, because there is a right way of drop shipping, but the wrong way. The drop shipping I see be promoted where it's like, oh yeah, look on TikTok shop and just find a product and then just go ahead and find it on AliExpress and then pay for my extension, or pay for this extension I'm affiliated with so I can get a percentage and you're good to go. And oh, by the way, join my Discord community too. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Just like with phone flipping, if a deal seems too good to be true, leave it alone, because I'd rather you walk away with your money instead of walking away with a phone that is not real. It's the same thing when it comes to reselling. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I've seen a bunch of students be hurt financially get into situations where they can't even recoup and they are arguing with their significant other and about to get divorced. I've seen people's households fall apart because they invested everything they had into dropshipping, literally. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. And let me tell you, that is sick. So yes, while there's a whole bunch of people that put out videos on a daily basis about dropshipping because they know it will get them clicks, a lot of the people that are dropshipping, they don't talk about the chargebacks. They don't talk about how they don't even know what the quality of the product they're shipping is. They don't talk about how they don't really understand or show, because they do understand. They don't really show the real outcome of drop shipping. Like how when you drop ship, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's not a stable income. How you really have to keep recreating stores when you're drop shipping, because if you are basically just sticking to this one niche, what happens when that niche goes out of style? If you're selling fidget spinners and you know, fidget spinners are popping right now, how do you then segue into the next thing? You know, it's really interesting. So like when it comes to drop shipping, I think drop shipping in that manner is a waste of time, because yes, you'll get some sales hopefully, but a lot of people don't even get to scale their drop shipping business. Like I bet a bunch of you watching this, you're probably watching this because it didn't work for you. And that's nothing I think wrong, because it's a lesson in that. But I'm also not trying to say drop shipping in its entirety is bad. But dropshipping the wrong way is bad. Now, reselling to me is when you get something, okay? You pay for it, you get it, and then you sell it. That to me is something that's hard, something not a lot of people succeed with either, but also something that at least you get a physical asset with. You get something, and you can now take that something and sell it somewhere. If I have this phone, I can sell this phone somewhere. If it's not on my website, okay, I can sell it at church, I can sell it at the flea market, I can sell it somewhere. And I think that's where people fail to realize reselling trumps dropshipping any day. Dropshipping, like I tell all of my students, is seasonal. Dropshipping should be done for Halloween, for Christmas, for Thanksgiving. That's when you should dropship. You shouldn't dropship year round because it just wouldn't make sense. It just wouldn't make sense. Dropshipping is, okay, I'm gonna dropship trees because I don't have a warehouse to source all of these trees. Dropshipping is, okay, I'll dropship pumpkins because people want them, but I don't have a place to store 1,000 pumpkins. Understanding when to dropship and when to resell is important. Sorry, phone. It's important because if you do dropshipping the right way, it will make you a lot of money. But see, here's the thing. A lot of people don't tell you this because it's not lucrative for them. It won't make their course money. How do you dropship on a daily basis and be able to make it your income when you're dropshipping something you don't even know you can trust? Now I'm talking to all of the dropshippers that dropship but don't even feel the need to even test the product. Does that make sense? So this is the first video of our series, and welcome, because you're going to get the full, uncut, true perspective on dropshipping. But I'm also going to give you a solution. I'm also going to show you how to really dropship. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to actually make it work and make it make sense. I'm not here to show you no fake Shopify with a whole bunch of numbers that obviously is not sustainable or true, or I'm not here to act like, you know, dropshipping isn't anything. It's definitely lucrative if you do it the right way. If you don't do it the right way, you lose money. You want to lose money? I know I don't. So stay tuned, guys. That's the difference between dropshipping and reselling. Make sure you make the right choice. Make sure you subscribe so we can continue to have this discussion in our next video. Peace.